The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is a mobile game made for the original Game Boy, released on June 6, 1993. 2 years later, they released a Game Boy Color and decided to re-release the game with color as The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. This one was the same game with color, and had a dungeon called the Color Dungeon, which gives Link the choice between having a better defense or better offense, changing his tunic color to go with it. Link's Awakening DX was released on December 15, 1998. The question I'm here to answer is, should The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening have been left asleep, or should it have been woken up? Let's find out in this week's episode of Kinda Late Reviews. Link is out sailing for some reason and ends up caught in a storm. He capsizes, found washed up on the shore of an island. The island is called Koholint Island. He is saved by a young woman named Marin. She tells Link about monsters who have become active right after he had arrived. He's given his shield and sent off on his way, heading out to explore the island. After finding his sword on the beach, an owl comes and tells him that he has to go around the island and find the instruments, the windfish, to awaken him and finally be able to get off the island and go home. The art for Link's Awakening is very interesting since the game was fully remade from the ground up. The look is that of a diorama. I would be lying if I said I liked the look when it was first announced. After seeing the game in motion myself, I've come to love the look. It is presented very well, and Nintendo is always trying to change up the look and feel of Zelda games with each new title. Everything is bright and vibrant when exploring the island, making the game feel cheery and nice. Then you go into dungeons and everything looks nice and detailed. Characters are all aesthetically pleasing, bosses are cute for the most part, and seeing what to do is easier and clearly marked for the most part. The sound design is what you would expect from a Nintendo game. The ambience is there, pulls you into the world. The music is remade in a more orchestral feel to the original game's chiptune sound. Song for the Windfish is one of those songs I've loved from the Zelda series, and is here sounding better than ever. The one thing off-putting to me is that Link is looking like a young man, yet in the game he sounds like he could have been voiced by two different people. One that is younger and one that is older. It was off-putting for most of the game until I got used to hearing all the sounds he made. Link's Awakening plays very well. Yet diagonal directions kind of break some of the puzzles so you can jump just right. Along with the ability to swing your sword, moving Link a few extra pixels forward made some jumps that you needed the dash shoes for just slightly possible before that. Everything is where you remember it, except for the new game mode, the Dungeon Editor. It can be very frustrating at times. Feels clunky and tacked on to try and sell on the hype from Super Mario Maker. If Link's Awakening didn't have this game mode, it would have felt the same as it does with it in the game. It plays well, feels natural to play, and the Dungeon Editor feels weird. There's also the return of the Crane game, which has been revamped to play a little differently, along with the fishing minigame, which is just as frustrating as it was before. This game didn't give me many problems. Some typical inputs from time to time was all I had to deal with. Everything else was solid. No crashes, no game-breaking areas, and no unloaded levels here. The only thing I didn't find fun was the dungeon editor that I mentioned before, and that to 100% the item list, you need to do all of the Dante challenges available. Overall, Link's Awakening is more of what I remember from so many years ago. It is one of my favorite Zelda games made. Diving back into the island of Koholint is a treat I was not expecting to be doing on the Switch, and proof that Zelda games can still also be a traditional format for people to still enjoy the series. Not that I'm not excited for Breath of the Wild 2, but sometimes having a simple format to follow can be fun as well. While playing Link's Awakening, I did 100% the game, include getting all the slabs for the dumb dungeon builder, stole the shovel from the only shop in the game, making this game Thief's Awakening instead, died a total of 14 times, and became a master of the digital crane game, winning whatever I want with ease, yet I still cannot win anything from a real-life crane game. Thank you for your time, I appreciate you valuing my opinion of this game. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more, hit that like button, helps out the channel, share this video with your friends, family, and even your pets. Let me know what you think about Link's Awakening in the comments below. More delay for my next review, see you then.